Is it great to be a homeowner? Yes, there are tremendous benefits. The stability that it could provide for your family, especially if you have children in a certain school district and you know your neighbors and so forth. It can create an amazing experience, an amazing life experience for your family. You can, build equity in that asset, and you can create generational wealth. There's so many amazing things that you can do when you own real estate. And yes, timing is important as well. The cost of money is something important to consider as well. The age of the property is something important to consider. What components are going to require that you make a major replacement, soon after acquisition. All of these things have to be taken into consideration whenever you're making a move to buy a property. And also your personal finances, making sure that, you're financially strong and you could deal with any major issue that comes your way, right? So yes, great to own a home, but just prepare and be realistic and take counsel from people that that have owned as well. That will definitely put you in a position where you're going to be ready for that experience to be a homeowner. Is it great to be a real estate investor? Yes, there are amazing benefits there. You can truly change your life, when you build that portfolio and replace your income from your job or your business, if that's what your goal is long term. But are there risks? Absolutely. You can get hit hard by a tenant that decides that, they're not going to pay your rent. It could be that they're going through something themselves and they just don't know how to communicate it to you, because life happens to people. But these are things that you have to be aware of if you're going to go down that road of being a real estate investor, is that it's important to make sure that you have a good rapport, or that your property manager has a good rapport with the tenants, because lack of communication or breakdown in communication can be one of the biggest issues that opens up the door for there to be problems in that landlord-tenant relationship. So, I would say just take great care of your property. Do whatever you can to keep your tenants happy. Handle your business when problems come up. Make sure that they're taken care of quickly. You don't let things linger and allow there to become bad vibes as far as the landlord-tenant relationship is concerned. So in my opinion, it's best to be a great landlord, and take great care of your property and make sure that you provide great living conditions, for the people that rent from you. And I think that also helps. And keep lines of communication open and have contingency plans in place. I think it's good to make sure that, going in, when you're going through your screening process, you ask the right questions. You look at the right things to make sure you are getting the right person. And you're going to want to know, when times get tough, if you end up, for example, in a bad recession and someone loses their job and they're having trouble paying the rent, is this person a communicator? Are they going to talk to you? Or are you just going to find where you're just not getting the rent that month, but you have a mortgage that you need to pay? And now you're running into some issues there. And if you didn't properly allocate for those future vacancies with that separate account, because you really should have two accounts, in my opinion, one for an operating account, the other one for a reserve account, to where you're building up those reserves to deal with issues when they come, whether it be a legal issue, whether it be a capital expenditure issue for a major repair and replacement, or whether it's a vacancy issue. I just want to encourage everyone, just do your research, really dig in, just be a student of anything that you decide to put yourself into, even if it's just buying a home. Like, really go in and learn as much as you possibly can to prepare yourself accordingly, and don't only look at things from one side of the spectrum. Somebody could say some completely negative things about owning a home or being a real estate investor. And if you only look at it from one side, you could definitely miss out on a great opportunity. And then on the flip side of the coin, you can just hear all the rosy stories, and then you get into it and you realize, hey, this is not what people were saying. This is a challenge. Just wanted to offer that perspective so that, we're being very fair and we're being very balanced with everything and not just showing one side of the equation.